The room erupted in chaos as Senator Mark Warner slammed his fist on the polished oak table, his voice cutting through the tense air like a thunderclap. Elon Musk's Dogecoin is nothing but a reckless gamble, a billionaire's playground that's draining the lifeblood of hard-working Americans. The words hung heavy, a verbal missile aimed at the tech mogul's latest venture, sending shockwaves through the Senate hearing room. Across the chamber, Senator John Kennedy leaned back in his chair, his sharp eyes narrowing as he adjusted his glasses, a storm brewing behind his calm exterior. Little did anyone know, this moment would ignite a firestorm that would not only challenge Musk, but also unravel a deeper struggle within the heart of government itself, pulling in the lives of two unlikely heroes caught in the crossfire. Among the onlookers was Clara Hensley, a single mother from Virginia who had scraped, by on a clerk's salary, her dreams of a stable future for her teenage son, Ethan, slipping away with each passing month. Clara had invested her modest savings in Dogecoin, lured by Musk's charismatic tweets and the promise of financial freedom. When Warner's attack painted Musk as a villain, she felt a pang of betrayal, her hope teetering on the edge of collapse. Beside her, seated quietly, was James Jimmy Torres, a USAID worker stationed in Louisiana, a man whose weathered hands told stories of rebuilding homes after hurricanes. Jimmy had spent years pouring his soul into aiding disaster-stricken communities, only to face budget cuts and criticism that left him questioning his purpose. As Warner's accusations echoed, Jimmy's heart sank. USAID, his lifeline, was now a target in this political showdown. The plot thickened when Kennedy rose, his southern drawl slicing through the tension like a blade. "Now hold on, Mark," he began, his voice steady but laced with fire. "You want to talk about waste? Let's talk about USAID, billions thrown into the wind while our own folks drown in floodwaters back home." The room buzzed as Kennedy unleashed a torrent of data, exposing inefficiencies and mismanagement within the agency, his words a direct counterpunch to Warner's assault on Musk. Clara's eyes widened. Here was a defense of her investment, but at the cost of Jimmy's pride. Jimmy clenched his fists, the sting of Kennedy's critique hitting him personally. He'd given everything to USAID, and now it felt like his decades of service were being reduced to a political football. The hearing adjourned. Clara and Jimmy found themselves outside, drawn together by a shared sense of frustration. Clara, tears welling in her eyes, confessed her fear of losing her savings, her voice trembling as she spoke of Ethan's dreams of college slipping away. Jimmy, moved by her vulnerability, shared his own story, the sleepless nights coordinating relief efforts, only to see funds misallocated by bureaucrats far removed from the devastation. Their connection deepened as they realized their struggles were intertwined. Clara's financial hope tied to Musk's ventures, Jimmy's purpose tied to USAID's mission. Together, they decided to fight back, not just for themselves, but for the countless others caught in this political maelstrom. Their journey wasn't easy. Clara faced skepticism from her community, who saw her Dogecoin investment as foolish, while Jimmy encountered resistance from USAID colleagues who feared his outspokenness would jeopardize their jobs. They began researching, poring over financial reports and USAID audits late into the night, their living rooms turning into makeshift war rooms. Clara's determination grew as she uncovered evidence of Musk's innovative use of Dogecoin profits to fund renewable energy projects, a detail Warner had ignored. Meanwhile, Jimmy found records of USAID successes, lives saved, homes rebuilt, that Kennedy's broad brush had overlooked. The emotional toll was heavy. Clara's son noticed her exhaustion, urging her to rest, while Jimmy's wife worried about the strain on his health. Yet, their resolve hardened with each discovery, fueled by a shared belief that truth could prevail. The turning point came when they organized a grassroots campaign, leveraging social media to share their findings. Clara's heartfelt video of Ethan reading a letter about his college hopes went viral, while Jimmy's raw account of a family he'd helped after Hurricane Ida struck a chord. The narrative shifted. Public opinion began to see Musk's Dogecoin as more than a gamble and USAID as more than a failure. Emboldened, they petitioned for a follow-up hearing, where Clara testified about her journey from despair to hope, and Jimmy presented data showcasing USAID's impact. Kennedy, impressed by their tenacity, softened his stance, acknowledging USAID's good work while pushing for reform. Warner, faced with undeniable evidence, backtracked on his blanket condemnation of Musk, admitting the need for a nuanced discussion. The resolution unfolded as the Senate approved a bipartisan task force to oversee both Dogecoin's financial implications and USAID's efficiency, a victory born from Clara and Jimmy's courage. The hearing room, once a battlefield, became a place of reconciliation. Clara hugged Jimmy, tears of relief mixing with pride as Ethan whispered, "You did it, Mom!" Jimmy, his spirit renewed, smiled, knowing his work had found new purpose. The inspiring message lingered as they walked out together. In the face of adversity, ordinary people, bound by empathy and determination, can challenge the powerful, reshape narratives, and rebuild hope. Their story, a testament to resilience, left viewers with a call to action, to seek truth, support one another, and never underestimate the power of a united voice.